I'm putting my friend's watch on because I don't even own one myself, but we spent this on breakfast at tacos yesterday. We're in Miami, Florida at the Christmas Palace. This place looks absolutely nuts from the outside. Let's go check it out inside. What's up,
Adam? How you doing?
Good, you, man?
How you doing? I'm Brandon. I'm here at the Christmas Palace, and I'm ready to give you guys a good tour. Here's a little display for your entrance. Got the sleeping Santa up there. He'll wake up in a little bit when everyone's gone. All of our trees are being decorated. They'll be done by the end of this month and ready for the store.
How long would something like this take to do?
One of our designers could do this in about 14 hours.
Yeah.
We have 3 designers, and they, as the merchandise comes in, they go and do the themed trees.
And how do you find someone to do this kind of work?
They've been with us for about 15 and 22 years now, so it's kind of been, they've been part of our growth and with us for a long time. So right over here we have our elf tree, which is one of my favorite trees here on our right-hand side.
How much is this running?
Depending on if you want it to be this full or a little less full, because some of our clients actually like to see part of the branches of the trees. Something like this, I'd say on a 9-foot tree would cost you about $5,000. This is regular ornamentation, colored balls by packages in different sizes. You got the 50 millimeter, 100 millimeter, 150, 250, 300s, and this year we actually are bringing in 500 millimeter balls, which are very big and round. So on our left-hand side, we have part of the light department. This is my favorite lighting in the company. This is our micro lights here. This is our C7, C9s, our spools for the C7 and C9s right here on our left-hand side. And then on over here, we go into the 5M LED coaxial lights. They come in different sizes and 50 light counts, 70 light counts, 100 light counts, and 150 light counts. As we come over here, a little bit more of the accessories for the light department as far as timers, females, males, and so forth. And then we come over here and we're back into the ornamentation. This is for the commercial trees, garlands, and wreaths. As you can see the size, they're a little larger scale. So that's a 100, 150, and they go up to 250, 300, and the 500s will be in shortly.
It's wild, huh? It's bigger than my head.
So this is more of our natural earthy. Here on the left-hand side is the tree that we'll be using, which is a more natural look tree. And as you can see, some of this was created from one of our designers, which is a custom piece that they made on the fly. Up above over here, you see we have a ribbon department. On the right-hand side is some of the ribbon that we have on sale. And on the left-hand side is still not full. Some of the merchandise is still coming in. And it will be filled to the top, to the brim. And on the top of that, you'll see some of the different displays that we make, tabletop, counterpiece tops.
It takes a lot to leave me speechless, and we're just getting started in here, guys, and this place is absolutely nuts.
Over here, you'll see another corner, and this is part of the light section. This is more of specialty lighting where you could use the top left, we call starburst. You could use at the top of trees, you can hang them out of trees, and then the rest of these are hanging lights. You can put them in trees and hang them coming down throughout the tree in pieces in different sections. And these are some longer icicle sets that you see in different colors and different combinations.
Important question, warm whites or cool whites?
I like warm white, but it also depends on the color of the home, the paint. If you have a white, you can always go with cool white. If you have like beige colors, browns, I always suggest going with the warm white. And over here now behind us, we're going to enter the floral department. So when you're making up some of these display trees and ornaments and wreaths and garlands, 3 of the most commonly used decor pieces are floral, ribbon, and ornaments. So floral, as you can see, is a large section and has a lot of variety here. As you arrive over here, you see a lot of our wreaths. These wreaths also come in different sizes, so they have it on the wall. You can speak to a sales rep and ask them if they come in any larger sizes, and they'll check for you and have it on will call for you to pick up. Then over here we have the tree forest, which is very fun family activity. You come with your family, your kids, your wife. You can pick out the tree that you guys like and agree on if you can agree. And then we have a little special activity for the kids to have fun and dance. As you'll see, the snow machine will turn on above and the kids absolutely go crazy. So here we are with our tree forest, which is an exciting time for your family to come together as an activity and come to the store and pick out a tree. We have in a variety of sizes, starting from as small as 4 feet, 3 feet, As you can see right here on our right, this is a 5-foot tree. Over here, we have one of our commercial trees that's being displayed that goes all the way up to 40 feet.
What's the biggest or like most expensive tree that you guys ever done?
So one of the most expensive trees we've ever done is a 60-foot commercial tree, and that'll run you about $75,000. And then we also have trees for your family homes, depending on the size of the ceilings, heights, that are $200, $300 with 20% discounts.
So for me, I don't have $70,000 for a tree. I'm not a commercial client. Me and my girl, let's say we're getting our new place this year. We're on a budget, but we don't want to cheap out. What would be a good recommendation for us?
This one right here behind me is actually one of our really good selling trees. We call this the Montana fir. It starts at a 6.5 footer and it goes all the way up to 12 feet. And a 6.5 would run you about $200. And you can go ahead, get some ornaments and build on it each year.
So I know I'm never going to compete with the designers that have been doing it for 22 years, but is there any tips that I could help make this look a little bit better in my home this winter?
There is some tips. What I would recommend is learning how to run some ribbon throughout the tree, starting with ribbon, doing your topper first with your picks, if you like picks or a star, and then from there you fill it out with some of your ornamentation and some of your flowers. So then here we have some different, this is an aluminum LED tree, more commercially used, or even outside of your home, you could put it outside in your lawn. Over here we have some natural berry pine cone trees.
That's gorgeous, I love this one.
Right here is a fun tree. This is an RGB tree that has a bunch of different functions. It also has warm white, and it has, I think, 6 or 8 different functions between the 2 different color sets. Thank you. Gracias, Pedro. So here's to our Cuban Express. This will wake me up.
That was delicious, man.
Oh, what is this?
It tastes like chocolate.
It's not Arabic coffee.
It's like an espresso coffee, but a Cuban style. You make it with this.
Man, that was so good.
Mason,
That tasted like melted chocolate.
I literally.
He likes the video camera, don't worry. He doesn't like talking maybe on it, but he likes to show his work on it, right?
So we got the small wreath here. This is 20 inches.
That is our smallest wreath, and it actually comes with battery operated lights, so you can put it on your door and you don't have to worry about electric or a cord coming up.
Okay, so if someone's trying to impress my friends, I want to have a big wreath. What's the biggest wreath you guys have here?
The biggest wreath we have in stock is 12 feet.
What size is this one here?
That one is a 6-foot wreath, 72 inch.
So twice that size?
Double that. So we're heading here to the back where part of our warehousing begins. As you enter this door and you take a look to your left, you'll see some of the custom tabletop pieces that we pre-decorate.
So those tabletop pieces, those are going like on their dinner tables, like in the middle, kind of stand out.
Chimneys, dinner tables, end tables. Here's part of our warehouse. This is some of the stuff that we need to get quickly, and just certain pieces that we want to get to quickly. And then when we go to the other warehouse, which is across the street, is where we have 90% of our inventory.
So a lot of this is the stuff that's going to be going out, being used then?
No, this is like stuff that we need to immediately get to the store that sells quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you first started, were you the one like installing and you slowly delegated? And
When I first started, yeah, I was the guy on a ladder by myself at 1 a.m. trying to finish a job so I could come back to the office tomorrow and not let it interfere with my work from my father. And I had an opportunity to do lights for a client of ours that had interest in doing lights outside of her home, and I had no idea what I was doing, and I said, yeah, I could put lights on your home. I went out to her home, took some notes, made sure she had electric nearby, and gave her a price. She said yes. First, 20 jobs I ever did was me alone on a ladder, rapping. I'd get a couple buddies of mine come with me for a couple hours. They were in college. We'll knock it out, pay you guys quickly, and we can go back to our regular schedule. I come back to work for my father.
Because your dad was a little reluctant on it, you were saying.
My father was reluctant on the idea because he was afraid to jeopardize the brand, and he's a retail shop. He never envisioned doing like services of commercial or residential, and he was also afraid of the liability. So I went ahead and I started my own company. After the first 2 seasons, it was like a side job at first, and after the first 2 seasons I started up my own company, got my first bucket truck rental, insurances, actually hired people on payroll, and from there I started getting malls, and I came back to him and I said, can we please use the Christmas Palace name, because with the name we could really blow this up. And he said, I see you're doing everything right, let's give it a go, let's try it out, and the rest is history.
So is there any advice you'd give someone that's thinking about starting their business or maybe adding Christmas lights to their business, like any in terms of like mindset stuff? For instance, a friend of mine comes to my head is that he's worried about what his dad thinks, worried about what his dad thinks.
My suggestion would be, don't fear, don't think, just do. The more problems you solve, the less problems you'll have. So just attack it if you believe in it. Don't let anybody steer you in the wrong direction. Give it a go. The worst that can happen is maybe you don't make as much money, or maybe you lose a couple bucks, but you figure something out and you learn something, and now you have a new notch on your belt. Another thing I would suggest if you're thinking about getting into holiday lighting business is not to go to hardware stores. They sell you very large rolls. They have no warranty. They usually do not do due diligence on their product.
You're really limited to what's available at a hardware store. Like all this stuff, it's so unique, so custom, and that's what people are paying for, right? If they wanted the half-lit lights and all that, they would go to the store and try to do it that way. But people are paying for the experience, and they want professional results.
Yep.
Like,
always, always, always have your clients back and do what's best by them, and you'll have a client forever. So that's one of the larger, look at that soldier. That's an 11-foot soldier, maybe 12-foot. That's an 11-foot soldier right there. We want to do like a walkway through here. That's why we zigzagged it. So as we walk through, you'll have like a scene.
to make it so they're not just walking around a boring building and...
Doing scenes, as you see through zigzag, like the fatter spots will have a thing, we'll have a Santa probably up there at the staircase with his arms wide open. And then we're gonna incorporate hanging lit, we call them sign or street banners, coming across, showing the variety. So when clients walk through, they say, oh, I really like that one. You know, they can see it in the application. We're also thinking to incorporate 2 or 3 snow machines.
Man, it's gonna be
on
sick.
timers. So when you walk in, it's just shooting out.
And then they walk in the store, they're ready to pay.
And they're ready.
Yeah, they're ready. I know you're busy. Thank you for having us out today. You guys are absolutely killing it, guys. Check out Christmas Light Palace. We'll put a bunch of their stuff below in the description or in the comments. Thank you very much, man.
Thanks for coming, Adam. It's a pleasure as always.